This video comes from another video that's on the Unscrambled channel, but I just thought that you'd want to see how Michael Keaton is Jack Nicholson. Just playing acting games. Don't worry about the colour of the eyes and all that, they can do all that. So I'm just sticking this on the beginning of the video to just say how alike these people are. And I think it's Michael Keaton because all the pictures of his head, this bit here across his head, none of this is right when you look at the picture. So do you see that bit above his nose, round his eyes? Do you see it's all been made up, this photograph? The whole thing, anyway. And I don't know what those bits are in the middle of his eyes. Look, he's got lines down in the middle of his eyes. There's no black bit. It's just, it's got boxes and like someone's put a stake in him or something. Anyway, look at the shadow around the edge of his face. I just don't think this is a real picture. I did use it, but I already could see this ring around it. But anyway, let's move on. Michael Keaton was the one that's been doctored. Look at that. Oh my God. Thank you, Fenris. We're going to stick a few pictures in that I came across. I quite like that one. There's caves and things under there. Just stop and read the video at what the people are writing. Some of it's very interesting. That place in Spain's amazing. And look at that, another amazing place. I don't know if anybody's that interested in any of this, but without knowing our past, how the hell do we move on? And it's so complicated, so complicated. I was just so shocked when I saw Putin with the double eagle and the crown on the head. So I started to look a little bit about that crown, what it meant. I mean, if you've got rid of the Tsar of Russia, who was wearing it, why would you want that on your emblem? See? That crown on that is that, and that is the crown that the Tsar of Russia wore. And the Tsar of Russia was the Queen Victoria, so England's grandson. So I think that just explains it all, but there you go, there is that crown in the middle of the Russian emblem, and there it is. This one. The one that was here. Anyway, I wanted to get a little bit more into this whole thing about Russia and the Holy Roman Empire, and it just led me on to Napoleon because it ends with Napoleon. So basically, the first Roman Empire was Italy, the second Roman Empire was Germany, and the third one, I think, still was Germany, and then the new one is Russia. 2010. I'm going to show you because I only showed you a bit of the document on the video the other day. Please stop and read. I know not everything's there and it's that history, but look at that. They're bits of information. Crazy or what? This one that's coming up here explains the first, the second and the third, first, second and third Roman empires, where they come from. Well, that's their explanation anyway. So, like I said, if you want, and there's not enough time to stop and to go through it, I'm only yapping over the top. Because I can't prove anything, I just went and found this information. And it always talks about the dissolution in 1806 with Napoleon. And that's what made me started to look more at Napoleon as well. So, Emperor of France, Emperor of Italy. Look at that one there. Some of these are just the header on the computer, and some of them are questions. I just wanted to find a bit more. And there is the Tsar wearing the crown. So why would you have that on your emblem now when you've tried to get away and you've murdered him? And had a revolution and everything. Anyway, just here, just on this one here, we've got the we've got Henry VIII, Henry VII. It goes on like that, and I could have gone on, and then I'd have gone on Henry VIII, and I'd have gone off somewhere else. And I was trying to stick to this piece of information, but you can find it all. And Henry VIII was an English king, Holy Roman Emperor. See, so anyway, I was trying to find more information about Russia. But it kind of led me via Napoleon. There you go. It's all 1806. It just stops about then. But it's turned into other things. But now it's the Russian Holy Roman Emperor. It just sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Well, I'm going to show you a bit of information at the end of this video. And I'm just like, wow. So I found all these questions, people writing with their own versions of what they think. It's always good to see, because I bet you their information is much better than the one that's printed in, you know, what everybody's saying. It's much better than the information you get on the computer. This is often how I put things together, is when I see that and then... But it was. So see, that one says it's not part of the Holy Roman Empire, but it was. Napoleon was. And this is where I read that it was, first of all it was Italy, then it turned into Germany, but now it's Russia. Well, we don't know, do we? Because the Queen runs everything. So, trying to find more information about Napoleon. I talked about the nobility of the French Empire, the nobility of empire. I wanted to see what title he had. There you go. Napoleon was the Holy Roman Emperor. They don't talk about him in our history as the Holy Roman Emperor, do they? But he was, but then he got rid of it. So I suppose it depends. This is even if he was a real, because we don't know anymore who's real and who's not. But if you're for or against, because I couldn't believe it when the English were greeting him when he was on boat arrest before he went off to St Helena with red carnations, which means that they admired him at least, if not loved him. So no wonder, because he was the Holy Roman Emperor. Anyway, some of it goes back and you're looking at a much older history about the Roman Empire. And some of it connects to this Charlemagne. Remember, I mentioned it the other day in my other video with Putin and Napoleon. But I can't actually find one person now. He was a person, and that's what the whole of the Roman Empire was sort of, I think more the German one maybe, was based on. There you go. And we all know, we've seen these pictures of him, and we're all going, oh, well, he just thought that he was emperor. He just crowned himself emperor. He didn't. He was Holy Roman Emperor. And then you can find other stuff. But anyway, you can stop and read, like I said. Just stop and read any of these. Some of it's finding out. Some of it's one way because that's what they believe. Some of it's the truth. I don't know anymore. But this is what I found. It all ended with Napoleon. We're not taught that, are we? The Holy Roman Empire ended in about 1806, 1810, whenever it was, whichever date you want to take, because the dates change. When have you heard that before? Even that's not that long ago. We've all wanted to know what this was, but it's not. It's going again now. It's Russian now. That doesn't mean that's the only country. It's just where I found it. And anybody that's using the double eagles is in the Holy Roman Empire. And we're using them as well. So, you know, these are questions and answers and people just looking at it. So I'm so glad that other people have looked into it. There you go. Why the Holy German Empire? But you know, you never really find it from the big, like, it started like this, went to that, and ended like that. You have to, it's just weird how in the end you find it, but it doesn't come to you straight away. You've got to just dig and delve. So this was the empire in the late 1700s. Don't forget, it ended in 1806. That's an older one. All these empires. Everybody's got empires. Charles I there, which I told you was Charles V. Charles V was the Holy Roman Emperor as well. He was Charles I of England. He's put down as an English king, but he couldn't have been. He had to be, because he was running everywhere. Anyway, so there's another one. Dig and delve, but it's not that easy because you just don't find it all in one go, and you might only find bits through people putting questions and messages and stuff like that. That's how you see some of it. Or you get one line and that's it. You just get a sentence and it goes, like I'm going to show you in a minute. And then that's it. There you go. Ends 1806, which really is not that long ago, is it? That Roman Empire. And it seemed that it was Napoleon that ended it. In one way, he wanted it, in another way, he didn't, and that's where that nobility thing came from, and that's all really strange. It's like, what? Why be the Holy Roman Empire if you don't want to be one? Anyway, so I go back to where I found it yesterday. So I'm just showing you, look at them all, and these all are in different countries, and I don't get it. So, anyway, so this is the article that I read you yesterday, saying that it had started again in 2010. And things begin to look up for the Roman people. Well, when I showed you the other day, I stopped there, so I thought, well, I want to go on and have a look at more. So I start reading. Talks about crusades. And then I couldn't believe it. Look what it says here. Crusades, Holy Roman War versus the Rogues is ongoing. Whatever this is, it's ongoing. And they're calling them crusades even today. We think that it's knights and round tables, or the Knight Templars, or King Richard, or whatever it was. It's not. It's ongoing. And then it says Holy Roman Empire versus Soviet Union. Well, it's turned into a new Holy Roman Empire now. Anyway, what it was is, it says in that bit of information, grey. So the grey, under the grey sphere, and then here it says the same thing. There, look, Grey Council. What the hell's that? Everything always leads on to something else. There's never, it stops or you get all your answers. There's always, it turns into something else, and then it turns into something else and something else, and then, you know, there are just so many empires and realms, and God, it's just so confusing. Especially, you know, like I said, Charles I was Charles V. But I had to find it. I had to, like, days and days after looking at stuff, I find the connection, and it's like, why aren't we told that? Look at that. Look at all those countries involved in there. Look at what it says. That. Let's go back to that a minute. Sorry, I want that back. Yeah, look at all these. Look, this is still going today. I don't know quite what it all means, but there you go. Ongoing. Holy Roman versus the Rogues. Ongoing. Ongoing. Anyway. Ongoing. So the Crusades are ongoing still. What's your thoughts to that then? You know, you've got Napoleon as Holy Roman Emperor, Charles I, who's Charles V, Holy Roman Emperor. We've got Henry VIII as Holy Roman Emperor. We've got all the different empires. It's like, and actually you find out that in 2010 it's all started again, and the Crusades and everything is ongoing. And that part is Russia. But we use the double dragons. Everybody's using it. The Queen's gone very quiet. Things are going really weird between, you know, not seeing real people on the television. Where's everybody gone? The Queen's not in Buckingham Palace. Why not? You know, we already know that if it goes back to Russia, Prince Philip is Russian. They want Harry to be the Tsar. So it can't be the fact that we're not in on it, because there's too many connections now. We put the video out about Harry, or it's going to go out, the one about Harry. They want Harry to be the Tsar of Russia, and he's more Russian than the Tsar of Russia was. And, you know, even that I find really strange. When Queen Victoria was sitting there with the Tsar and his wife, Queen Victoria was looking at 2 of her grandchildren, and they were married. Then the Queen was married to a Russian and is Russian, and because of their connections and how it links back, Harry is more Russian than the Tsar was, if you get that. Come on, so we've got our hand in this, whatever it is. Anyway, thanks for watching. What's your thoughts?